Grand Rising, all praise be to the Most High Yahweh, Heavenly Father, Abba, above, below, beyond all. I say, um, yeah, you know, I got a question. Do you pay the slave master, or do the slave master pay you? And are you a slave? You don't think you're a slave? You're not a slave. So you're supposed to join with people. You're supposed to be with somebody, right? A group. You're supposed to be and go along with the group, right? I guess. But if you don't go along with the group or the groups, right? In whatever sector you're in, wherever you're traveling to, you don't go along with society, right? They persecute you for that. Has people been led astray or something? Because, a slave is just that, it's a slave. You can't do what you want to do. You can't go there. You have limitations. Even though you're free. I'm free. I'm free to do whatever I want. I can walk to a cliff and say, hey friends, I'm finna jump off the cliff. They like, you bungee jump on? I don't see nothing tied to your leg. You was it skydive? Not skydiving, but whatever they do with the wings, they put their stuff. Man, whatever. But I'm jumping, and they like, nah, man, we got things to do back here. You go ahead. So, but I got free will to jump. I think I'm going to make it, man. I think I'm going to make it. I'm only 12,000 feet up. And you're like, okay, brother, we going to walk down. We'll see you down there. Shoot. Splat. Maybe. I got wings. Maybe I'm going to soar. And they were like, see, I told you, I got my wings. You're afraid of what? And so I'm like, okay. But I hope I didn't lose you there. Because we're talking about slaves, right? We're talking about bodies. We're talking about human beings. We're talking about boys and girls, men and women, gods and goddesses. Right? Did I skip kings and queens? Whatever down here, right? Aliens, whatever. We say it. We said it. We said it. Word, sound, power, right? And manifestation. So, slave. If I am not a slave, who do I have to listen to? I mean, really, I'm just saying, because slaves, they have laws they have to abide by. Hey, man, you go on another plantation, we gonna whip you, right? You know what I'm saying? You ain't get no supper, we gonna throw you in a hot box, whatever. We cut your feet off. You try to run, we gonna cut one of them off. Try to run, you get out there in the field and do what we tell you to do. Not what you want to do, but what we tell you to do. Not what you want to do for yourself. I don't care what you want to take. You want to drink? No, it's public intoxication. No, you can't do that. I'm going to do that when I get off work, but you can't do that. What's a hypocrite? And I say, what's a hypocrite? If there's no slave, then no one can tell no one what to do because there's no slaves. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no one no slave. You own a slave? Who's your slave? You know what I mean? Your mate? You know what I mean? Your helpmate? You know what I say? But if anything other than that, you're a slave. I don't care what you say. I don't care who you is. I'm humble. You can't say I ain't humble because I'm telling the truth. I'm humble. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I ain't got to humble myself before you. I humble myself before the Most High, living God. You might not believe He truly lives. You know what I say? So, therefore, I can't. Because if I come up to someone and I say, hey, man, and I give them commands and orders and I book on orders at them, do this now. Get off the sidewalk. You're jaywalking, you're doing this, you're doing that. I don't like it. I don't like you driving a car without a license, even though you got eyes to see and you got common sense. You need a license for that. Ain't no accident's going to happen, but you need license for that. You drinking a driver, you're intoxicated, oh, what's going on? I don't know, man, look at my background. That I've been running over people, you know what I mean, hitting runs and shit. Oh, excuse me, getting wet. But, yeah, Slave. I know people want to try to have order and make things, civil, I guess you would say, civil. You know what I mean? And so, you got activists and you got people out here standing for people's rights. Thing is, people need to stand for their own rights. You know what I mean? Because your right is your right. What if your rights wasn't written in the Constitution? What if you got more rights? You know what I mean? How many rights do you have? You're limited to your rights too, huh? No, I got all the right in this world. You know, right? Because I live. I live. I am. You know what I mean? I am that. What are you talking about? Now, if you get mad about what I say, who got the problem? Because I asked for your help, right? And you haven't helped. You haven't paid what you owed. You know, and we know it. 40 acres in the mule. My people ain't getting nothing. Let it hear 40 acres. They ain't got a half an acre. You know what I mean? And they pay and rent and taxes. So I ain't tell what you're talking about. I am going to tell the truth today. Now, will you be mad at people teaching you falsely? Hey, go be prosperous. You know, work, be successful. Get the back. And it's all about that. No, it ain't. It's about my life. I can get as much money as I want. Yeah, I can get pulled over and never get to use it ever again. You know what I mean? Or they take out. How you got all that money in your pocket? Man, I've been working hard. Been doing landscape on, paint on, the gardening for people. You know what I say? Hauling, moving, cooking, just doing all types of stuff. Talking, getting paid for that sometimes. I used to get paid for talking. Maybe I would if I say, hey man, send me some donations, so I can maybe have more time to communicate with the higher. But I don't need that because I'm walking around and I'm communicating, I'm thanking those holy hosts and angels and the Most High, all glory be to He, I'm different. And you can't be mad that someone's different. You're different. You ain't got to live in your difference. You're in your body. Places tripping. In your skin. If you're winning with the life you're living in, I go hard. Go hard. You know what I mean? Wicked do, go wicked do. I don't know what the wicked do. I don't hang out. So you can't say nothing. People say they know me. You probably know the past me because you ain't seen me. You ain't been with me. You all know the change. Person change. People change. They evolve, I hope. Some don't. They still act like a caveman. It just came out the cave and scared of everything. Scared of a person. I ain't scared of a person. If a person destroying themselves, why would I be scared of them? Why would I fear them? You know what I mean? And if someone's approaching me for any reason, why would I be afraid of them? I ain't thought nothing to them or their family. In the past, present, well, I don't know about the past, but, hey, listen, it's just common sense to me. And if a person don't want to walk the truth, stay away from me because you has no sin, cast the first stone even. You know what I mean? I don't know if you I don't even know if you sinned or not until you sin against me. Because you can sin against me with your mouth, barking commands, and you in violation of the law because it said live by every word that proceedeth from God's mouth. And I made in the image, so if I say something to you and you don't listen, whose fault is that? Because I'm supposed to listen to you, but you're not supposed to be listening to me. Are you made in the image of God too? That's why we only get praise to one. Don't put nothing beside He. But hey, work out your salvation, and I'll work out mine. If I can get it through, I'll get through. He that endures to the end, right? So I ain't interfering with your life, right? Unless my speech does, my tongue, you know what I mean? Hey, tongue bring forth life and death, they say, right? Power rests in it, So, hey, listen, you'll learn a day, right? I hope so.